Okay, I'm out here looking like a whole Picasso. Let's tighten this up. All right, we're good. Oh my God, I love this set. Shout out to Kenneth because he requested this set. I need to move this chair a bit. He requested this set and it's so gorgeous. I don't even want to take it away. I don't want to take it away. I don't want to take it away. Shout out to Kenneth with this beautiful, beautiful set that he made me create for his podcast. I had thought about putting up these black curtains multiple times, but it takes a work. And I am so grateful for my clients because they push me to be great. They push me to be greater than I am. So I shout out to Kenneth for requesting this. He's asked for some tweaks. So we'll make some tweaks in his content. But because of Mr. Toppins, we are going to add this as an additional option set, baby, that you can add, that you can have for your podcast, that you can have for your conversation if this is how you want to show up. All right, I'm trying to fix up my hair. The day is just starting. I'm out here looking like a whole Picasso. And another shout out to Osalita for the jewelry for today. Hold on, let's see which camera can show the beautiful earrings and the beautiful necklace that I'm wearing today. And I was wearing it yesterday. But yes, this one needed a rewind selector, and let's bring it back. I am about to start my day, but before I even get started, I just thought, let me get on this mic. I want to be able to get on the mic more frequently. And you know what? I have episodes banked, but honey, Miss Lady is busy doing other people's work. The people done work. You thought that when you left corporate, you wouldn't be doing the people done work, honey. Yes, you're in the business of service. So you're always doing the people done work. I am looking at this camera, but I'm going to start looking at this one. So yes, you're always doing the people done work. You're always working as a business owner. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love my clients because, or I appreciate my clients. I don't know if I love them, but I appreciate them so much because they really push me with the requests and the things that they need and the things that they want. And it makes the studio better and I learn from it. So again, I'm so grateful to you. I have something coming up for you, but it's not coming up until next month, but I have something coming up to all of my existing clients and previous clients. I am so grateful for you. So I have something for you, but we're going to wait a few days. We're going to wait like 30 days or so. Wait, what day is it? 34 days. Or wait, this month has 31 days, 35 days. We're going to wait 35 days. And then I'll give it to you. But today I want to talk about, that just reminded me, leaving money on the table, honey, leaving money on the table. Because baby, this table should be full of dollars or like e-transfers. We don't have, I'm in Toronto, we do not have Zelle and all the ways that you send it. We only have like e-transfers out here in Canada. So like, money's on the table. Money is on the table, but I need the money in the bank. But I have been leaving money on the table. And I want to talk about this because this happens with business owners. It really, really happens. And it's kind of natural. And it is a part of growing pains. I know I talk about mistakes and growing pains all the time, but that's the stage I'm in my entrepreneur journey, and you might be there as well. So let's get into my voice is my vibe. Let's get into this voices and vibe conversation. I think this set just has me on fire because I'm just like talking. But anyhow, I go off the top. That's how I do. Money on the table. Let's talk about reasons why you will leave money on the table. Because as a business owner, a new business owner, that's not what you want to do. But it happens when you're growing. It happens when you need to grow and you need to invest more money. Hold on, I want to change my position a bit. It happens when you have scared money. And we know the saying, scared money don't make no money. I said it. I looked up all the hip hop songs this morning because I do recall saying this last night to somebody, but I always think it, scared money don't make no money. And when we're operating from a place of more money on the table. When we're operating from a place of scarcity, sometimes that happens, but sometimes when we're scared to pay out money, we end up leaving money on the table. Does that even make any sense? Does that make any sense? This is a problem we are going to solve together. We are going to figure this out. So sometimes you go to these networking events, right? And it's a cycle. It's not a cycle. What's the right word? It's a cycle if you don't figure it out. So you'll go to a networking event, you'll meet someone, and the first thing you need to do is identify an opportunity. So once you identify an opportunity, it's like, how can you work together, or how can you convert people that you've met at these networking events into clients? You see this opportunity and you don't take action. Well, I think the first thing that I need to work on is the follow-up, right? And that's the action that needs to be taken. That is the follow-up needs to be taken. A client had a guest in here yesterday, and they were actually, it was for this, and they were talking about what is one of the most important things that you need to do. And they were speaking about real estate, and the guest had said it's really the follow-up, because that's where the money is. The money's in the follow-up. But when you are so busy and you're the only person in your solopreneur business, regardless on how you are set up, right? You're the only person in it. You're doing a little bit of everything. And in my case, or in the case of someone who has a storefront, you have an actual physical location, you are doing all of the things. Yesterday I spent the day with I have employees now, but yesterday I spent the day, we switched over the set 2 times. And I switched over the set from the original set on Saturday and on Monday, and then yesterday twice, right? But if you don't take advantage of the people that you're meeting, you're at a loss if you are not following up. And I don't necessarily know if you're at a loss, but that's where you're leaving that money, because some people would say you have to strike while the iron's hot. I think the way to be, proactive about it is to kind of set up 2 things before you even go to a networking event. One thing you can set up is a draft email. What are you going to say to the people the day after, or 2 days after, or 3 days after, in the same week, or the next week, or the next month, after you've met them? So a draft email that kind of outlines, hey, it was wonderful meeting you, and maybe just have some open slots, where you met, and then what you connected on, right? That's one thing. And let's go actually one step back. When you meet people, there are so many ways to connect with them. There is their business card, and then there is the apps. I have the Spling app. So I give my business cards, because everyone's given business cards, even though people are oh, there's electronic business cards. I have electronic business cards. I have all these different ways of connecting with people. There's oh my goodness, everybody's given their Instagram handle. I cannot remember all the handles that I've connected in a night. Or at an event. So I'm screenshotting the Instagram accounts or the LinkedIn accounts, right? So that I can go back to them, because I will remember the screenshot. I'll just look at the date, do the correlation. Okay, I met Susie Q at this event and I wanted to connect with this. I think that when you come home the next day, you need to transfer, I'm going to age myself. You got to transfer the contacts into some sort of, I want to say Excel document. There might be an app out there. I would really like a Rolodex app that I could just scan everything or transfer everything from business cards to electronic connections, and just give me an aggregator. Okay, I could totally build this app. Just get an aggregator and give me an electronic Rolodex, and I could put a quick note. I know that I have a Bling, and there's so many different ones, but like with Bling, you can put a note there and it has the date and it captures all that, but that doesn't help with all the business cards. That doesn't help with the Instagrams. That doesn't help with the LinkedIn. So like, give me some way to aggregate all the people that I've met and the screenshots from this day, aggregate them into this little database for me. So I have like this Rolodex database, and then maybe plug that into my CRM. This is the product manager in me. Plug that into my CRM and then let that send me out like a reminder, or let that connect to my email, and it can just like work with the AI and send out an email. Okay, somebody document that flow. That flow is shmoney. That flow is shmoney. Product manager here, cap on. Now the solution made. Check. Okay, but that's what I need, because I lose out on the follow-up. And if that app exists, somebody let me know. If that app can plug into my CRM, let me know. That's one thing that I need, because there's opportunities of people that I meet that say, oh my goodness, I didn't even know you existed out here. Let's connect, let's follow up. And those are the people, especially because I can see an opportunity. When people speak to me and they tell me something about their business, I can either see that we can help them create some content, or maybe they start talking about, like naturally start talking about their problem statement. And because I can just quickly do a diagram in my head, I can quickly figure out a whole flow of how to solve a problem. But there's that follow-up, because when I leave you, honey, I just left and money fell on the ground and somebody picked it up, or money's on the table, and I did not come back and pick it up because I'm taking too long. But I'm giving myself grace, because some of it is one, learning, because this is me reflecting. But also some of it is due to the fact that I need a team, right? So I've recently hired a couple of part-time employees, and in order to continue to pay those part-time employees, I need to start picking up some of that money on the table. So proactiveness is key in your business, but it is not always easy, because again, I'm doing all the things. I am coming up with the creative design, or speaking to clients on their inspiration, and then sourcing things. I just bought this fabulous table on Marketplace, because I'm kind of a Marketplace junkie. I am. Why do they call it junkie? Oh my, that's a drug connotation or association. One of the Asians. Yeah. Okay. I don't care. All right. At this moment, I don't care. I am a Marketplace junkie. I will be on Marketplace sourcing furniture. The minute I am constantly booked and busy, I'm going to move into a bigger space, because if I had the choice, I'd have like 10,000 different chairs. The whole point is I need to start picking up that money on the table. And so do you, because we get in here and we start doing different things that needs to happen for the business, whether it's booking appointments, following up on older appointments, sending out invoices, updating new software that you're currently using or you've just implemented. So you still have to learn how to use it. We still need to create content for social media. I'm so busy creating content for clients that I'm not even thinking about my own social media, and I need to grow. Seasons are coming to an end. We got people ending their seasons. We need to do different things. But then there's like creative ideas that I want to put out there. And this all takes time. And I can only do so much. The last 2 days, and even today, I was here from like 7. I woke up at like 5 something. And I'm like, just get up, shower, leave, and get in the studio. I could have been in the studio from like 6 this morning. I'm not going to leave here until probably about like 9 or 10, 11 or 12, just depending on what I'm doing. I'm doing all the things. When do we find time to pick that money up from off the table? Something has to change. Things don't change if things don't change. right? So we're hit with another complex problem to solve. Scared money don't make no money. It is such a true statement, and we cannot operate from a place of scarcity. When you want to do something, you have to be willing to make an investment. And I mean, clearly I've made investments here in the studio. Clearly, these beautiful, luxurious curtains were bought over a year ago, and they were not cheap. They're about $100 each. You know, $100. They're like soundproofing, but we got panels and stuff behind there. But they're only now getting used. They're only now getting used. This is like maybe the first or the second time I've used them. I feel like it's the first. I think I've put them up, but nobody's requested them. Nobody's wanted them. And maybe I didn't really put them out there. So, okay. Scared ideas don't make no money either. Scared ideas do not make money either, because imagine I have these curtains and I do have inspirational pictures of different ways that you could use the studio. I did not have this one. I had it a different way on the other side, something quite similar, but not fully. And I have not posted those inspirational pictures that were taken a year ago. So if I was also believing in myself, I could have probably been banking in these sets. But I do think things happen at the right time. So I'm in the space now where I can think about the different sets. I'm in the space now where I have a bit more manpower to do more, right? But also, let's get back to spending some of that money. Or spending money you don't have, because that's that scared money don't make no money. Spending money you don't have. When you don't know where the dollar is coming from, you need money to fund something. You don't know where the dollar is coming from. I think that's a hustle, honey. When you solve that, that is a hustle. Because really, what I needed to do is bring on some people. Now, maybe I'm not in the position to have them full time as yet. And maybe I don't even need them full time, right? But I do have a backlog, but having them and investing in them pushes me to make more money, come up with new ideas, come up with additional resources, so ways to make money. And now I can like do more and like put out different sets or put out different offers, right? So I have to stop being scared of my own ideas. Because one, my ideas is going to make that more money. But the investment, like utilizing this, if I was scared to buy these curtains, or if I needed these curtains now, and I was scared to make the investment in these curtains now, I wouldn't have this new offering. And it's not even like a big offering. It's like, but it takes work. It takes work to change over the set. It takes time to change over the set. So I now need to think about the time in between the previous client. Yesterday we had a client and I had to book the client who wanted this set an hour later because I had to give some time, myself and my employee, time to change over the set. Now, what if my employee wasn't available? Because this was a last minute thing, like from the weekend, right? Like 4 days last minute. Maybe not that last minute, but it wasn't planned initially when I had booked my 2 clients on the day. So there was first like a half an hour between, but I extended it to an hour so I could accommodate. So where's the compensation? So we just really need to think about if it makes sense and how do you come up with like the littlest idea that's going to benefit you financially. But if I needed to make an investment, I will tell you, I bought this table on the weekend because I was creating a set for a new client. And when I bought the table and I had the idea, I didn't even convert the client yet. It was just an idea. I think I had wanted something similar and I got this for $30. $30. It ended up being much, the circumference ended up being much bigger than I expected. It didn't work for the set that I was planning for. It ended up working perfectly for this set. But if I was scared to spend that money, and we are only talking $30 here, but let's be real, if this table was $50, I would have bought it as well. If I was scared to spend that money, I wouldn't be able to now take some additional money, show a couple of different sets, and put that out there for customers. Because this can now become a part of an ad. It is seeing the opportunity. It is not being afraid to spend some money and then believing in yourself, executing your ideas, and seeing that ROI. And it's a real thing. And you really need to not be afraid of believing in yourself, investing in yourself, and seeing that ROI. Because that ROI, baby, it comes because you put in the work. It's because you put in the idea. It's because you were not afraid. And honestly, sometimes you're not going to win them all. You're not going to win them all. You're going to spend money and you're going to lose on that money. And I am not a gambler, but I'm not afraid to lose money when on investments that I might get a lesson. This does not need to be profound. I'm not afraid to invest in myself. And if it doesn't work out, I probably would have learned something, period. In my previous business, I had the expendable cash. And so I made investments. But you know what? Scared money don't make no money. I was afraid to ask for the money. That's still scared money, but in a whole different context. In the first context that most people will like resonate with is like, if you don't spend money, it takes money to make money. It's the same thing as scared money don't make no money. But in the second context, if you are afraid to ask for money, you're still scared of money. You're still scared. You are still scared of the money that you want to make. Does that even make any sense? Let me tell you something. When I think about my fears, and I'm not claiming these fears, but the things that have held me hostage, like me not putting myself out there on social media, me being scared of things, it's like, am I scared of myself? Am I scared of the money that I want to make? Because if I'm scared of the money that I want to make, do I really want it? It doesn't make any sense. Anyhow, I think there's much more to it. You can do things organically. Of course, you can do things organically. And that's like putting out the ideas and everything like that. But if you are doing the math, if you're doing the simple math, if you don't put out those ideas, you're scared of making money. If you don't ask for that call to action, you're scared of making money. If you do not spend some shmoney, you scared of making that shmoney. Scared money don't make no money. And in that same sentiment is trial and error. You have to try things. So you're going to lose some. You are going to lose some to win some. You are going to lose. Listen, these songs that people sing and rap, they don't come out of nowhere. They come out of experience. And when you are looking and trying to do things and you are doing the things, it's because you have some experience and then you speak on it. And if we sound like we don't know what we're talking about, we just talk about our own experience or the things we want to try. I don't know. I don't know everything. I don't proclaim to know everything. I don't even want to know everything. I just know that you cannot be afraid of yourself. And you are the money. Your energy and your frequency is the money. So if you are exerting from a place of scarcity, you are scared to do things, the energy that you are giving off naturally, that's what's being picked up. So you need to put out there what you want, so that's what's being received. You cannot be afraid to ask for dollars. You cannot be afraid to ask for the call to action. You cannot be afraid. You cannot be afraid. You cannot be afraid. I am learning that I cannot be afraid of myself. How do you want to live this lifestyle when we're out here afraid? Or you're just a dreamer who just continue to dream. Dream about all the things that you want until your mind is ready to put you in the place to do the work. It doesn't matter if we're talking about physical work. It doesn't matter if we are talking about mental work. It doesn't matter if we are talking about taking something out of your pocket and putting it in somebody else's pocket. The ROI is going to come. The return on investment on your energy is going to come. The energy that you put out is the energy you are going to get back. What you focus on is what you are going to get. Even when you're just thinking about something. But when you're thinking about something, at some point, you have to stop thinking and you have to do. So if you've heard anything I've said, if the message was received today, take some of that money that you have and invest it wisely. Think about what you need. What is going to move the needle a little further? Is it bringing some part-time people into your business? We talked about this before. So that they can help you do one thing so you make a little bit more money, or so it pushes you to make more money so you can keep them, or it pushes you to come up with new ideas. It pushes you to allow you to be more creative. And if you don't have that creative bone inside of you, it pushes you to allow you to find someone to help you with your creativity, kind of like us at Perspective Studio Productions. It pushes you to come out here looking like a whole Picasso. Talking a lot of shit. If you've heard anything I've said, if you've heard one thing that I've said, stop being scared, okay? Stop being scared of making some money. Let's get out here and build these businesses. Thank you. This has been another episode of Voices and Vibes, baby. And I am honestly loving rocking these solo episodes. I think I have like 2 more banked. I need to release this. Would be probably the 3rd one, but I think I'm going to release this one. Scared money don't make no money, baby. Rock to that sound. Remember that one. Put that in your cup. Drink it and push it out, because we are done being scared of making that money. And take that money right off that table. All right, everybody. Enjoy the day.